Yo, what's going on, runners? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video and taking the time out of your day to watch this. That truly and always means a lot to me, y'all. We are at 85 subscribers, and that's crazy because I have filmed videos in the past few weeks, but some of them just weren't really like good topics, and they weren't really up to what I wanted. My last video was so good, and I was so excited to post it, but I don't know where I put the camera. I went on a bike ride later that day, and I put the camera somewhere, and I don't know where it is. I have to get better at organizing my content creation. I have to get a little bit better at organizing that kind of stuff, especially because the channel is growing to almost at 100. So it's unbelievable. My goal for this month, by the end of this month, was 85, and I hit that. So I can't thank y'all enough. And that's without posting in the last like week-ish. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Today, easy, and I mean very easy, because it's getting really hot. We're gonna have 100-degree days the next 2 days Fahrenheit. So easy 6-mile run with some strides. I wanted to take a fun shoe out. I did a leg day yesterday. I wanted to take a fun shoe out, and this is a shoe y'all have not seen on this channel in a very, very, very long time. But yes, I wanted to take it back out for an easy cruiser. It is the Moon Boot. It is the Moon shoe. We are talking about the Hoka Skyward X. So I have not run this shoe in a very long time. You guys know I have some love-hate relationships with this shoe. I think it's an amazing shoe. I like the upper. I just don't think it's a really fun shoe or a good shoe for my running habits. But we're gonna take it back out, try it again, because we are a different kind of runner than we used to be when we first started wearing these shoes. These shoes literally have less than, I think they have less than 30 miles on them, to be honest. For the people who've been watching this channel since the beginning, I'm pretty sure you're shocked to see this shoe back out from the lack of support it gets from me. But yeah, I figured let's just bring it back out for an easy 6-miler. Things seems to be where this shoe is going to shine. Does have a carbon fiber plate in there. Is like 50 something millimeters in the heel and in the forefoot. I mean, this is definitely a jumbo max cushion shoe. So that's what we're gonna rock out today with. Easy 6 miles. Nothing really much to talk about as far as we're getting closer and closer to the marathon day. And boy, I'm getting tired. Tomorrow is gonna be a 16-mile run, which I'm taking you along for the ride. And let's stop procrastinating. Let's get out there. Y'all coming along 4 to 6 miles. We don't know what the rambling topic will be. I'll think about it while I'm out there, but let's just get out there and get the legs moving. Come on, let's go. All right, runners. So these runs lately have been feeling a bit more like heavier. So with the air quality around me hasn't been too good. It gets like this in the summertime due to so many different environmental reasons, but so it just feels a little bit more thicker and smoggier, but we're still pushing through. But I can tell you, without even being a mile in, I know why I haven't worn these shoes in a while. They just feel like bricks. They are heavy. Yeah, they got a little bit of pop to them, but I don't know. I would much rather have been in something like the Super Blast or the Puma Mad Max if you really want a nice max cushion, or a jumbo cushion shoe, I should say. These just aren't for my feet. But we're gonna truck through. But man, if I had another pair of shoes in the car, they would have been changed. They would have been changed my first like 20 strides. But let's keep going. It's still a beautiful day to be out here. Grateful and lucky to get this run in. So luckily I went a little bit lighter on leg day yesterday. I pulled the same weight, but I lowered the amount of reps and sets for each one. So I don't feel as sore as I usually would. But come on, let's go. All right, runners, change of plans. I actually came back to the car to see if I do have a change of shoes, because I am not feeling these shoes at all. I'm having this bad burning pain in the back of my heel. And of course, the only shoes that I have as my backup, which I keep in here for in case of emergencies, is the Hoka Mach 5. So I'm gonna do a little swappy swap, because this shoe is, the Skyward X is hurting me bad. Whew. I don't know if it's just because of the heel height and it's just a little unstable for me. I don't know what it is, but we are not rocking these shoes today. All right, let me get changed up. Catch you guys back. So now we're changed up over half a mile in with the Hoka Mach 5, and oh my God, it is way better. I don't know, maybe if it's just the high cushion on that one, the arch, whatever it was, but my feet were, my left foot, which usually never gives me any problems, was burning. And I mean, not even like a good burning, it was a painful burning, and I wasn't gonna push through that. It started to feel better when I got back to the car, but I put these shoes on, took a few like strides, started my run again, picked up where I left off, and we're feeling better. Maybe it's the lighter weight, maybe it's the lower stack, who knows. But Hoka Mach 5, an oldie but a goodie. This is this is the original, my first ever Hoka shoe. I think it's also, I had was it these ones or the Nova Blast? One of my first running shoes, Nova Blast 3. When I went to the store, was the one they recommended, and I ended up swapping them out for the Hoka Mach 5. And I like these shoes. They're lightweight. My only reason why I never wore them on the channel is because I am a size 9, and back before I actually got like measured properly from a running store as far as like foot size, I thought it was an 8.5. So these are a half size too small, and I could feel that, but way better than having the burning in my arch. All right, come on. Runner, since I don't know where my camera went with all that footage, that awesome video that I made, I want to talk about a topic that I talked in that video, which is warm up versus a recovery jog or recovery run. And for me, there's a separation between the two. A warm up is literally just getting your body moving. So you might have a training plan where it says 2-mile warm up. That literally means just putting one foot in front of the other. When I usually see a warm up, what I usually do is I walk for, 3, 4, 5 to 600 meters. Then I'll jog it out. And by jogging, it really means an 11:30 minute per mile. That to me is my warm up. But when I say recovery run, that is a step up from the recovery. I mean, a step up from the warm up, but not by too much. So my recovery runs could be anywhere between 10:30 to 9:30. It's usually what I keep my recovery runs in. So you can see how there's a step up from the warm up. But the warm up is literally a put one foot in front of the other and just get the body moving. That was a topic in the thing that I talked about in my last video. We'll talk more about it coming up. And that is the reason, or the big thing that I wanted to talk about was that, because so many people would treat their warm-ups like a recovery jog or a recovery run. It's not technically the case. Warm-up is literally a warm-up. So if you watch sports, take basketball, hockey, any sport out there, when they're hitting their pre-game warm-ups, they're not sitting there sending full throttle. Casually, I'm gonna talk hockey, but casually skating around, shooting the puck at the net, the goalie's kind of getting limbered up, right? Maybe the quarterback throwing a few passes, wide receiver kind of just jogging it out. So that's what a warm-up is. But when you go to a practice of a sports team and they say, hey, today's gonna be an easy practice, it's a little bit more up-tempo, right? They're focusing in on something. So my warm-up, I'm not focusing on nothing, just focusing on how the movement feels and the body getting loose. Now, when it's a recovery run, I'm focusing on, okay, how's my breathing? How's my form? How's my stride? How's my foot striking the ground? I'm processing a lot during a recovery run, way more than a warm-up run. And cool downs are the same way for me. Cool downs are in that 11 per minute mile range, might be slightly slower. So they are relatively the same as a warm-up. It's an enjoyable time. A recovery run is not saying send full throttle, right? You have speed workouts, VO2, fartleks, and tempo runs for that. But a recovery run should be something that feels easy, but in my personal opinion, has a focus, right? So maybe the focus is, for football, running a specific play route. So that means your recovery run should have some sort of focus. Maybe you're focused on breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Maybe you're focused on nutrition. So it should be some sort of deliberate training for a recovery run. Yes, it should be easy. Yes, it should be light, but it should be way different than a warm-up run, and it shouldn't be a warm-up run. So it may be confusing, but hopefully that explains it. And I'll obviously revisit this topic more in the future, but hopefully it's not confusing. All right, runners, 1.5 miles left. Well, just under. And I gotta say, this run felt amazing. My last run also, I felt super strong in and super confident. And just so you know, like, it's not always like this. If you're riding a high on training, you eventually might hit kind of like a lull, and that's normal and okay. Not every training is going to be amazing. The weather is incredibly hot. The climate right now is not favorite for most runners, but if you keep stacking the days and consistency, you'll find out that as you go along, you start to pick out things in the run that worked really, really well. And some things you got to work on, and that's okay. So, even though it's been hot and it's been really humid, it's really nice to get the miles in, have a good, like, middle of this marathon training block coming up. It's hard to believe that it's so close. So yeah, it's hopefully I can hit my goal this marathon. And I don't know what's gonna happen the following year, but I'm really excited to see what this marathon year does with a full block of training. All right, come on, let's go. All right, y'all, welcome back after 4 strides to the end. A really amazing run and getting soaked in the showers. I'm feeling wonderful. It was a great run, a very powerful run, and it was a very weird start to the run because I wore the Hoka Skyward X, which you guys probably already know, and like less than 2 miles in, switched it out to the Mach 5, and I'm super happy I did. I'm holding like this because they are so soaked. But switched out to the Hoka Mach 5, and incredibly happy I did because I had an amazing experience with those shoes, with the Mach 5. The Hoka Skyward X was really troubling for me, so I did not like that. Socks I wore today were the Tracksmith Merino wool socks, and everyone's sitting there probably saying, how are you wearing merino wool when you're complaining about the heat? Merino wool is such an amazing material, amazing fabric, because it's sweat wicking. It is also warm in the cold and keeps your body temperature regulated, so my feet actually feel really, really good. Besides that, you guys can look up so many videos on merino wool. This is not the video about that. This is a video about just running. There's no real topic on it, but yeah. So Skyward X has started, Hoka Mach 5 to pretty much take up more than half the run, just because it was that Hoka Skyward X really hit me on the left foot, on the outside of it, on the bottom. It was burning. Did not want that. Don't want to run through that pain no more. Happy I had a backup pair of shoes. Happy it was those. I have only had maybe 3 to 4 runs in the Hoka Mach 5, and they will be back up again. The Hoka Skyward X really gave me a bad name for the brand, but then the Mach 5 just kind of reintroduced the brand back to me and telling me, hey, just might have had the wrong shoe for the style of runner you are. So Hoka Skyward X might be a very, very, very long time before I take them back out again, and it's probably gonna be for those really, really short runs, or maybe like a 1 mile warm-up type of thing. But that's what this video also was topic about: warm-ups, cooldowns, and recovery, and the difference between them and how I treat them. And I hope it wasn't confusing, but warm-ups to me are just get the body moving slowly, and then recovery runs is, for me personally, yes, recovery runs are fun, yes, they're comfortable, yes, they're at a slower pace, but I look at them as a deliberate training for what I want to do. Do I want to work on foot strike? Do I want to work on breathing? Do I want to work on hydration? Do I want to work on nutrition? Do I want to work on, you know, cadence? Do I want to work with like rhythm and flow? Like, do I want to work on mental training? Like, there's so much that I can work on in a recovery run. And then I have my speed VO2 max tempo runs that are kind of like the all-out max effort type of thing. And you need a balance. You need everything to be in moderation. I like more recovery runs because I can really deliberately focus in on something. And warm-ups get me ready for the all-out run. So if you see a training schedule that has 2 mile warm-ups in there, I personally do not treat it as a recovery run. I treat it as just going out there to get the body moving. Anyway, y'all, that being said, this video will get posted. As far as my last few, I am so sorry. It was just no bueno. But we are back in action. Catch y'all. Tomorrow is a long run. Catch y'all then. 16 miles. Make sure you get your sleep, get your nutrition, get your hydration up. We're going for it. Hot day tomorrow. Let's go.